be fine. You know what I mean?
How long do you say I want to work out? You keep on saying I want to work out, I want to work out, I'm in Jay. It's not that easy. So you can't just say work out and you will.
But a kid, you're not gonna tell a 6-year-old kid, get down and give me 7. You know what I mean?
Like you have to
get him in soccer. You need to be involved. Take him to the park. You know, don't just buy him a video game.
Let's say all that fails. Let's say all that fails, and that kid is still a big kid. Okay. Let's say all that fails out like 13. Let's say between 13.
I just don't think it's like something like you're born with like cleft lip. It's not something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's something, the kid is not going to come out big and be destined to be big regardless of what he does, regardless if he eats healthy and like eats nothing but greens or eats nothing or, you know, does nothing but work out. I think this is something that you can control. It's hard. Granted, I know it's hard.
Not necessarily.
But you know what I mean? Like it has to be obviously part of the kid, and a lot of it when it is a kid is a parent's responsibility.
I feel like in my case, because there is thyroid, you're right. You do have to lead by example. You know, I'm trying, but like Manon mentioned, there is all these things. So even if it is that and you get the surgery, the lap band, or that's what it's called, right? If you have a thyroid problem, it's not going to fix it. You know, you're still going to eventually gain the weight, whatever weight you lose, you're going to gain it back.
There's treatments for that. So you know that you go treatment for the thyroid.
That eat healthy as hell, and you see them eat healthy, but they're still overweight. Now it doesn't mean that they're, you know.
Yeah, there's people that are thin as hell and eat, and they're still skinny.
And that's still a thyroid problem, you know. But I think that for me personally, if my child is a teenager already, and we've tried everything, and he's a healthy child that eats and plays sports and runs and do whatever, you know, exercise and eats healthy, and still is overweight, I would probably consider it.
I feel like I would do the same thing. All the things that you said, you know. The only reason I would do it if it's affecting his health. If he's big but he's healthy, if he's happy, then he's happy.
Let me ask you this, because when you have a kid, is somebody gonna stay at home? Because they say you don't get home till 4 o'clock. Mona doesn't get home till 9 o'clock. Who's gonna feed the kid? Are you gonna have the time to, like, you know how long this took you to make a healthy meal? You know what I mean? Make sure he's in sports.
Like an hour.
That's still a lot of time when you're tired and you have to still do laundry and all the things for your kid and you have to maintain a house. Do you think it'll be challenging for you when you have kids? Let's say you have 2 or 3 kids. 2 kids the most, you know? And having to deal with work and all that.
Yeah, scared.
Max. Do I think it'll be hard?
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be hard. I think that's why we don't have
kids,
because it's not easy. You know, I can't, you know, I know I'm lazy. I'm a lazy person. Like, I mean, I do things because it has to be done. So I get them done. But, you know, a lot of the time I'm lazy to get started. You know what I mean? Like, just to get started. So, like I said, me thinking, okay, if I have a kid, he's not going to let me sleep. I'm going to have to wake up early. I love my sleep. Even now, I don't have a kid. It's, you know, I go to work at 8, it's 7, and I'm like, 5 more minutes.
Even with your own husband, she made a salad for him so he can eat healthy. Does he take the salad to work? No. That's the thing. The same thing. It's a kid. That you're saying you're gonna do all this, but unfortunately, if they have eating issues, they're gonna get big.
But
you know
you're gonna
do. That's my question was based on.
You can. You're not just gonna be like same thing when I talked about the condoms with you guys. You're not gonna say, okay, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, so I'll just give up. You don't just give up. You're gonna try whatever you can.
Well, this is just a question that I have for you. Is it the same thing? You know how you mentioned the nose job and you know the ear job? How we mentioned that how it affects their self-esteem. How about the overweight? Because that does affect self-esteem.
That's why I said like. That's why I said like. No, yeah, that's exactly why I said like if it's affecting their health or if it's something extremely like I said. If it's not affecting their health and they're comfortable with the way they are, then fine. You know what I mean? But if it's something that like they're like I said, you know, I don't know. I would hope
that's
that
my question though. At what age? At what age though? What do you say? It's okay. At what age would you say stop trying naturally and you know 13, 14, 15, 16 and say okay, no, we're gonna go in now?
I think probably like 16 for me.
I think it depends, and each parent. I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't know. But I think it would depend on the child's maturity level, if the child's ready, if they're not ready, because you can have a child that's maybe 12 years old but has the mentality of, like the maturity of a 9-year-old at this point, or a child that's 12-year-old that thinks they're 16, you know, so.
But if a 12-year-old, if you say you had a 12-year-old, he asked you, I want to get the lap band, are you going to be, no, wait another few more years, try, or are you going to be like, yes, let's go in and discuss it?
Well, I think I would, at that point, if I hadn't gone to nutritionists or whatever I could, I would try to cover all my bases before I would turn to that and let them know the risks of the surgery and let them know that I would love them regardless. So I think if it was their choice.
Even at 12?
At 12 years old, I think that's a little
I would
too
wait a few years.
I would probably wait until they're a little bit more mature. I can't say what that age is, but 12 years old is too young.
Yeah. I grew up like that, and the thing is, like, I saw the stages as far as it would hit me. Depression didn't hit me till about 16, where you're, like, noticing your body and, like, you see it. I mean,
you're more like everybody else is dating.
Yeah,
if you're not sports,
Sports was a main thing for me, and even that didn't work health-wise. I mean, I know eating was better and everything, but honestly, by 16, I was ready for something like that. 16? Yeah.
But I think 16 would be, and of course, even at 16, you can have a 16-year-old that acts like a 12-year-old. So even 16 is not like, for sure, I think age, but I think it's when you can start considering
when you're hormonal, you mean what I mean? You get so emotional, some of us are emotional eating, so you're not going to be mature. But if you're crying out for help because it's emotionally damaging you at school, because people are cruel.
People are cruel.
So, you obviously, it's hard exercise. Right. You know, so we're going to go over something, that's where you're like 15, maybe 15 and on. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I would call it.
And I think, too, a lot of the issues that we have with overeating and obesity is it's emotional eating, or it's something else that's happened in the past that causes you to eat instead of deal with those issues or different things, and those things need to be, I think, addressed before you try to go through surgery and all of that.
Right, because surgery is not the answer. You know, I've known people that have had surgery done, and they have, you know, great results. They lost so much weight. Like, I know personal people, and I also know somebody else that still having problems and is still, you know, obese, and
even after surgery.
So it's not the answer, but they, you know, they still have the issue. So maybe they need the mental help before they even go through the therapy.
Because, like, can I say what? You trying to do the lap band?
Yeah.
Okay, because, like, you know how you were trying to do the lap band, and when you told Mom, what did she say?
I don't know what.
She said the problem's not in your stomach or how you eat. The problem's in your mind. Yeah. You know what I mean? She said you can do the surgery and you keep doing the same habit.
And that's true. I do believe that.
Go back to square one.
Like, there are some people, like I said, I've been told people that will have milkshake after milkshake and they don't lose the weight and in fact gain weight. But I just felt it for me, like, when I get in a diet, I can discipline myself.
Yeah.
But it's so hard because your body gets hungry, your mind hurts. Yeah. So I just felt this way, it was a little extra, it forces you to eat better, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's how I felt. Like, it has been successful to people. And I do believe it will be successful if I get it done. Yeah. I do believe I will change my ways. You know, if it doesn't happen, then it's reversible.
Honestly, like, I think that you can do it without even getting the surgery. Because, like I said, I've seen you when you put yourself to it, you know what I mean? And you have that, what do you call it? Like that discipline that I don't have. Because me, I'm so weak. Like, I'll sit there for like 2 hours. I'll be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay, maybe I should. No, I'm not going to do it. And in the end, I give up and I do it. You know what I mean? Like that piece of chocolate.
This is the thing, though. I know why I eat. Because I'm an emotional eater. I feel emotional, happy, sad. I'm eating food. It makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I sat there like, oh, you know what I mean? It's not because, like, to be honest, my concern is, and I've thought about this, if I stop eating, what will be my new addiction? Because I'm a hoarder. So I like shopping. Like, will I be more of a shopper? Like, that's my true concern. Like, what is going to be my new, what am I going to transfer this addiction to?
Because you're right. It's like food is an addiction.
And we mentioned this in another video where, like, you know, it could be food.
No, that's true. People become alcoholics. People become sex addicts. Drugs. Drugs.
Right. Well, I did notice when I lost a lot of weight, instead of being addicted to food, I was addicted to shopping. I was going shopping almost every day after work so I can stop thinking about eating food.
And you know what the thing is, how you guys said, like, it's the way you grow up or whatever? Yeah. Like, okay, first of all, remember for Christmas what we would get?
Chocolate.
Boxes of chocolate. Like Costco.
I saw videos.
And my mom would try to hide them. You couldn't hide them. Unless you locked them, maybe we could have stayed away from it. But we would find it. You know what I mean? But then I was going to say,
I saw videos of them opening a whole big ass box of Snickers.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Shut the fuck up. Food, eating, transferring.
Oh yeah, like us, like me and Manuel. Like, our thing to do when we're together, like we have the day off, let's go have breakfast. It like revolves around like, oh, when we want to go hang out with Mom and Dad, let's go take them to dinner.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, when you guys come over, let's have something to eat. You know what I mean? Like, everything is food. You know, we can make it healthy. Let's go out to breakfast, but let's get a fruit pie or something.
So thank you for watching about our video about various hot topics.
We forgot.